It's rising! We're getting more light! This is Colony Delta. That smouldering Cammuravi is valor, it's stuff of legends, but... we can win! We're gonna make it! Consul, sir! Right! All troops! Full advance! And don't let up! Don't let a single life slip from your grasp! What's that, Ferronis?
Listen here. You've done well to come this far. But now, smoldering Cammuravi takes the field.
No way. He let us think we had them pinned. But really, we were the ones that were trapped. Spark this! Everyone, pull back! Full retreat! We gotta leg it before...
Just who are you? Perhaps a guard, perhaps not.
Well, well. Smoldering Cammuravi. Your name is no mere affectation.
A consul? No. You're...
You just die already! Finally. Yes.
Hey, can we do something about this sparking noise?
How would I know? Just cancel the interlink or something, I guess.
It only starts after an extended period, after our bodies start to heat up.
To me, it sounds like a warning for something.
A warning? What do you think will happen if we leave it?
Huh? I don't have much desire to find out.
Think it's something dangerous?
Well, it can't be anything fun. You expect balloons and confetti with that noise?
Maybe not.
Oh, too bad, Jay.
Looks like that backfired on you, didn't it? Better be prepared for the consequences.
Really? I was only interested in putting in an appearance. You're making it sound like I took some huge risk.
Oh, come on now, guys. Jay's been on the bench all this time. I get why he might be a little stimulated by a bit of drama.
Well, it was pretty dramatic, I'll give you that.
You seem pleased with yourself.
P.O. N wants to see you.
Does he now?
Is it our turn to shine?
I don't know. I've got zero idea what's going through his brain sometimes.
Not even you?
I'm sure M could tell you. Not that she's shown herself recently.
What could it be? I do hope it's something fun. Let's be off, though.
Right-yo!
Have a good one.
Ah, there you are. I don't want to mither, but aren't you on tent duty today?
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. I'll head back and... Huh?
It's all finished.
Huh?
We already packed it all up.
Then what was the point of telling me? Don't you have better things to do?
Hey, you owe us one. I'm just joking. Are you okay?
What do you mean, okay?
These last few days, it's been a lot, right?
That's why you're concerned?
Yeah, you got it. We were worried. Your problems are our problems. Just because someone says they're doing okay, doesn't mean everything actually is fine with them.
You know, there's a word for people like you. Busybodies, all of you.
Now, Tyon, that is completely uncalled for.
Huh? You two really must be bored stiff. Good grief.
Everyone needs to let off steam.
Is my life that entertaining to you? I'll allow it.
Hey, that watch.
Our lifetimes run for 10 years only. But this pocket watch has already lived for longer than that, by being passed from Nimue's hands to mine. What Guernica said to us on that battlefield. I don't know what you made of it exactly, but frankly, to me, it was a load of nonsense. Not even enough to push us together. But that's changed. If Nimue's life is represented by her dreams, then in remembering those, I carry her life with me. Perhaps now, I can give a purpose to my life. She'd live on if I were to pass her dreams on to others, right?
Heavy.
Also, I've done some thinking. If I had just, say, 10 more years, no, even 5, with just a bit of borrowed time, how many more memories could I fit inside this little pocket watch?
And that's Why you're here now?
Well, that's half of it.
What's the other half, then?
Oh, well... In fact, just forget it.
Oh, come on. You've already told us that much. Might as well give us the whole story.
This is just not the place or time for it. That's all.
Lame. Still, it was a nice chat. Dreams in objects. Huh?
What?
Thanks, Tyon. We came here to cheer you up a bit, and got food for thought instead.
Oh, sure. Anytime.
Mio.
Is that? That's Keves Castle, all right? First time seeing it. Yeah.
Same level of elaborate as Castle of Agnes.
Can also see great sword on left.
Are we going through with this?
No. I see it's far too risky now. The area will be under strict guard. But downslope, we could go via the forest.
Mac to Wildwood, huh?
Doesn't sound too bad to me.
Oh! Well, hell, never been this far in before.
Me neither. The last time I had an audience with the Queen, she had come in person to the war front. Commander Ethel. Fornis forward, Armies Colony 4. Reporting in as ordered, Your Majesty.
It has been some time, hasn't it?
Ma'am, I'm elated to find you in good stead, Your Majesty. That you would grace us with your presence is an honor above my station.
We can dispense with the stiff preambles, Ethel. En?
Mom.
En? Consul En. That's him.
En. The head honcho of Kavesi Consuls himself. The Golden Consul.
What is that?
The Annihilator. The latest weapon in our military arsenal. It utilizes breakthroughs in application of the annihilation effect.
You've harnessed it.
Not only is its power without equal, it has another exquisite benefit. Let me show you.
What, you mean right here and now?
Indeed. This will be its finest hour. The Urian Mountains. A terrible shame. Her Majesty has a soft spot for them. Please do not think ill of me.
What was that? Just thunder, innit?
Brighter than any lightning I've ever seen.
Still ringing in ears.
Where did the light come from?
No idea. But this can't be good.
What incredible power.
Its effective range has no discernible limit whatsoever.
What are you...
I'm saying an attack like the one you just witnessed can be delivered anywhere.
So you mean to use this weapon against Agnes? If you were to use this, then what about the clocks?
Who said anything about using it on Agnes?
Mom?
The next target will be this.
Watch the moss, guys. Mind you don't slip. Whoa. Yeah!
He says, falling flat on his ass himself.
Oh, yeah. Bloody hilarious. You're always taking the mick out of me. Noah.
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, don't come crying if you fall.
You seem like you're a million miles away. Lot on your mind?
Yeah, kinda. Mio!
Thank you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just lost my footing for a second. I'm okay. For now, I'm okay.
For now? Are you not feeling 100%?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm totally fine, promise. Like I said, I just missed my footing.
If you start feeling worse, just say. I don't want you hiding it.
You're a kind man, aren't you?
I'm just being polite. Whoa!
So what was on your mind earlier?
Yeah, that light. I was wondering if it had anything to do with us.
You think maybe... could it have been something that Moebius did?
Huh?
We know that they're hunting us. Tyon, you told us before that our consoles were actually the same.
Yeah, I did say that.
After that, nobody said so, but we were all thinking it. The war between Agnes and Kevez, and the consoles. Or rather, Moebius. They must be connected somehow.
It could be that... all the fighting. It might be that it's all orchestrated according to Moebius.
And to them, Ouroboros only spelled trouble.
Since we keep wrecking their flame clocks and all. They must really hate us messing with their stuff, I guess.
So we're one big thorn in their side.
It does stand to reason that's why we're their targets. But it doesn't tell us anything about why our colonies fight. Any theories?
Not as yet. But I figure, isn't discovering that our real objective here, right? If we seek out the city, maybe we'll find answers.
One way to know. Man, those Moebius mooks, they make my feathers stand on end. Ending people's lives like it doesn't matter. Ugh, what a sick joke.
Their word for people like that? Know what Nopon say?
No idea. Tell us?
Supervillain-pon.
Riku, what does that mean then?
It be the extreme bad guy.
Ah, I think I get it.
Meme? What's up, Manana?
Then, on Noah and Mio and friends, Supervillain-pon.
You're labeling us?
Labeling. Because friends used to end lives also. That not make them Supervillain-pon?
I mean, it's not like we ever had a choice or anything. It was them or us.
So when no choice, not fall under definition then.
None of us ever fought because we wanted to. It's just how it worked. How people worked. And the world.
So, world is Supervillain-pon.
Huh?
Since it make everyone do nasty things. World is bad guy.
The world is bad. Huh, I never thought of it like that.
Now that you mention it, what in the world are we even here for?
I wouldn't strain your brain too much.
Sounds like you have.
What gave you that idea?
Cut the snark, just tell me.
The end point of it is suicide.
Say what?
If you don't want to hurt others, you'll end up denying your own right to survive. Eventually, you come to the conclusion that the world may well be better off without your presence. The only resolution, then, is to erase the self. To die. See? Pointless.
Isn't that taking it too far?
The world doesn't just vanish because you've closed your eyes.
What?
The moon. Think about it. Why is it that the moon shines? Just because we're watching? Of course not. Even if humans were gone, it would shine on, illuminating the land beneath. And yet, we're the ones that give meaning to it. We say, bit dim tonight, or looks brighter than usual, eh? Similarly, we can now imbue the world with meaning or change it. It's a privilege we were lucky to obtain.
And that's the power of Ouroboros.
We're obliged to use it. We can make a difference.
So we don't become supervillains.
That's one thing to aim for, at least. Right?
Gasp! Food is entirely missing! Manana not even get single fill of stomach yet!
I just saw you stuffing your cheeks.
The rations should have been divided equally.
Manana walked more than used to today. Tummy was rumbly-grumbly.
Not much we can do, though. Not now.
Manana, look, we've still got a ways to go. So you're gonna have to get used to rationing stuff out, okay?
So it's completely gone!
What's up? What's wrong?
What did you say was gone?
I think she was yelling about food.
What? No way. For real?
Friend sure did not just put elsewhere and forget.
Nuh-uh. I'm positive it was right here.
Indeed. I checked it myself before I turned in.
Don't tell me someone scoffed the whole lot.
Ah, no way.
Manana will leave no plate unpolished. That awful, false accusation! Not even Manana ever stooped to such crude, vulgar behavior.
All right, we get it. Just chill out already.
Manana refused to become Frosty. This now a matter of honor and dignity. For starters.
I know Manana was feeling a bit peckish, but she can't have eaten up the lot.
So who then?
Clearly it wasn't Riku. That guy barely eats at all, right?
Indeed. Riku practiced ancient Noppon art of restraint.
Hey, check it.
Manana do not.
A feather? But what kind?
I found tracks here.
Nobody's blaming you here.
These footprints. I think they're Turkin.
Mystery solved then. A Turkin feather.
So they raided our supplies.
Lanz can stop apology. Honor and dignity of Manana left in tatters from vile and baseless accusation.
Come on, please, lighten up already.
All accusations aside, we're really strapped for food.
Guess we'll have to go foraging.
I concur. Luckily, this area is pretty bountiful all in all, so we might not be too hard-pressed.
Well, better get to it.
Right.
Okay.
Anyway, that clearly too much eat. Manana is bottomless pit.
Meh? What? Will have Riku know Manana is dainty eater?
Not denying.
Lies and deceit. On this day of days, Manana will have retribution!
Looks like we've got ourselves a runner. Slipped out from the castle.
Is this okay? He could get in touch with Ouroboros. Won't that impact our previous arrangements?
Not to worry. If he does make contact, they'll come.
Really?
Ouroboros are simply like that.
Well, if you say so, we can probably take your word. Right, O?
Certainly. As you say, P, we probably can take his word.
Much relief. Glad Riku had just power frame last night. Should perform 30% better than leading brand.
What's you on about, leading brand? I get that we're weaker than Agnians, so we need this to get on more of an even footing in combat, but...
Friends say but. Why but?
We just need oomph, you know? Like, kapow! Sort of thing.
Sound effects not help comprehension.
Oh, you know. Like that doodad Noah has.
Doodad?
Ujima flip. You know what I mean. Don't make me say it.
What friend want to use for?
Well, I...
Not on your own by any chance? If so, Riku have to pass.
Oh, come on.
So Riku gets right. Backing up. This plan of Lanz, Noah privy to it? Make decision without consult allies? Bad form.
But he's our enemy.
And who decide that? Yoren ever say himself? That he enemy?
He didn't. I did.
In absence of complete picture?
Well, but he's different.
So after meet just once, Lanz make up mind?
Then what are we gonna do?
Only thing friends can. Keep moving forward.
How's that gonna solve anything? Should never have asked.
Also, doodad, not that kind of thing.
Hey, look! That's a really odd-looking tree.
Meh? Oh, wondrous day! Cannot believe eyes! It's fruit of legend, bright fig!
Bright fig? What's a bright fig when it's at home?
Let me guess. They're stupidly delish.
Oh, guaranteed! Deliciousness is such that friends will be picking up jaws from ground for weeks! Uh-oh.
What's up? Are they rotten or something?
Tragedy strike! These not ripe for plucking yet, let alone eating. If eat now, bitter flavour cause agonizing death.
Huh? I don't know. They look tasty enough to me.
Bright fig not good for eating even after full yellow. Still have to wait another year before able to enjoy.
That's too long. Man, so much for that.
Never mind. You can always come back next year. It's legendary, right? You wouldn't want to miss out.
Guess we'll have to.
But, Mio, a year from now?
Even if I might not get to do it, you guys can still have a taste.
Why wouldn't you... Whoa. Love, you've got to stop being so detached about it. You'll just get everyone feeling guilty.
Oh, sorry. Please don't mind me.
Don't mind me, she says. Of course we're going to mind you, doll. Hey, how can you be so casual about it?
What do you mean, casual? I assure you, I'm not. I'm actually pretty flustered.
You defo don't look it.
If it looks that way to you, well, that's because I shouldn't even be here.
What do you mean?
This life's a gift from a dear friend. It should have been me. I should have died out there that day. So this isn't really me. I'm just living on her time. Maybe that's why.
Somehow, that reminds me of us.
I know. When we're interlinked, I can see a glimpse. Inferno, destruction, land screaming.
know his memories. What if, bear with me, that friend of yours, she showed up like Yoren?
As an enemy?
As an enemy.
I suppose I'd want to know same as Lanz. Simply why?
Gotcha. I figured.
Why is it that you gave your life for mine? Why? You could have lived longer yourself, Miyabi. Why did you do it?
So her name was Miyabi? Sorry. Guess it's a sensitive subject.
It's funny. I thought I had it all locked down. Thank you. Whatever a reason, I'd accept it. Facts. Whatever the truth may be.
And that's it? No looking back?
While my de facto partner's running full steam ahead. I mean, I can't very well go backwards, can I now?
Your partners now, eh? I suppose you are at that. I wonder, how does he see things?
All right, then. That should be us good for food now.
Yeah. Looks like that'll last us a little while.
What's wrong, Mio?
Who's there? Come out!
Boliaris!
Yeah, much better. I owe you.
What are you doing over this way? I thought you were going to the castle.
Yeah. No, I went. And this is what I got for my trouble.
So, tell us, what happened?
But why, Your Majesty? Why would you attack Colony 4?
You came into contact with Ouroboros, did you not? I'd call it burning out the contagion.
Contagion?
You're implying we've been contaminated?
Have you not? You've been removed from the protection of the flame clocks. You no longer need to wager your lives in battle.
Who struggles not in life deserves not to live. That is the compact of our nation, and moreover, the truth.
Majesty, my queen.
Yet, to punish you all for fate's machinations would be a misstep. Therefore, I shall grant you a chance.
What must I do?
Eliminate Ouroboros.
You want me to... Noah and the rest?
Naturally, I am cognizant of the fact that the enemy is wily and capable. I have no intention of sending you alone.
Cammuravi! Why are you here?
Ethel. How? But you're not even on the same side.
Entertainment.
Pardon?
Those who have been released from the Flame Clock's sacred indenture cannot be affected by the Moebius iris. To bring you back under control, I would have to force your rebirth. But that wouldn't be nearly as fun.
The power you two wield surpasses even some of our consuls. I have great hopes for you. Ethel, Cammuravi.
They gave Ethel and Cammuravi new Ferronises. They've been made specifically to kill Ouroboros. The tune-up might take a little while. Though, you don't have much time. The two of them are after your heads.
You're sure of this? Really?
That's why I came here. To give you warning. They already know your rough position. That's how I found you in the first place. What's this?
Plans of the castle. They were tuning up my Ferronis when I happened upon them. They include schematics for the Annihilator. Take them and go back to Colony 4.
Commander, you mean?
If they can find us wherever we are, I want to at least secure a way for us to put up a fight. Am I wrong?
But Mom, we can't very well...
Also, about Noah's group. If you happen across them, tell them this. I will use lethal force, yes?
What?
Furthermore, tell them I wish them all the best of luck. I hope they reach their goal.
Commander?
Oh, Ethel. She sounds serious. And still telling us to just keep going?
Well, that's Ethel for you. Hard-headed as they come.
Won't she get into trouble because of you slipping out?
Hardly. I'm just one missing foot soldier. No one's gonna pay it any mind.
Huh? But your wounds earlier.
Truth is, air from falling off a cliff on the way here. It was dark as snuff.
Are you tugging my wings?
Well, anyhow, it's nothing for you lot to fret over. This is our problem now. You focus on achieving your objective.
We appreciate it.
But man, why's the commander got to duke out with you lot, eh? And why was our foe Cammuravi there, the Aspar? Feels like the whole world's turned on its head. Alrighty, I'm heading back. Got it? You lot scoot on along out of these parts. There's still some time before they're done tweaking. And with you on foot...
We're not running away. Not after all this.
Huh?
I'm staying too.
What? Really?
That light we saw a while back. If that had come from the Annihilator, even if we were to somehow reach our destination, if it was at the cost of all your lives, it wouldn't be worth it. Surviving like that, I couldn't bear it.
Mimi.
Mio. Boliaris. The castle plans. Can you share them?
Noah, you're not... You wouldn't.
The fact remains, it was us that destroyed your clock. Therefore...
Yes, but that's...
Either way, I think it's clear at least part of the blame lies with us. It's only fair, then, that we destroy this Annihilator. Agreed?
You for real?
I'd be up for a little detour.
Same here.
He did offer us shelter. That creates an obligation.
No way around. Someone here needs to keep friends in line. Count Riku in.
If plan on fighting, we'll need first-rate chef too.
Ugh. And that's it. No looking back.
While my de facto partner's running full steam ahead. I mean, I can't very well go backwards, can I now?
Oh, fine. Go on then. You wouldn't make it far inside the castle without a proper healer anyway.
Uni.
Thanks, guys. You're the best. I'll head back to Colony 4, in case the shit hits the fan. Good luck, then, to all of you.
Yeah, we'll be all right.
Remember, we're up against the castle. Get too close, and we may come under fire. What's our plan?
I think we'll be able to manage, as long as we're careful.
Come to think of it, you used to go to the castle for off-seer training once a year, right, no?
The Black Fog. Is there much there?
There's actually quite a bit. Around this time, the whole area is shrouded in it. They couldn't find us in that cave in Neil Valley, right?
And you think we can repeat that?
Maybe.
Using the fog to approach is clever, but risky. What if an annihilation event occurs?
You know, I hadn't really given it much thought up until you mentioned it. But, oddly, it hasn't been happening.
Seriously?
I'm not sure why. Behind the castle, there's an ether deposit being mined, in an area facing a lake. The ether being obtained there is then delivered into the castle through a freight entrance.
So that's where we'll get our sneak on.
There won't be anyone in the containers. If we can just get to them, without being spotted...
Then we can get into the castle. Okay, let's assume we do give the guards the slip. What do we do once we're inside the place?
Tyon, the sensors. What was the Colony 4 soldiers' search radius with the fog out?
Their scanning range, I'd put in the ballpark of 15 metri.
Look here. In the reserve area, there's a maintenance hatch that leads directly to the outer wall. If we make it through here and get to the main housing, it'll land us in front of the Annihilator.
Less chance of being spotted by troops outside, too.
We can do this.
There's one concern. The castle is the Queen's residence. What if we're found by the consuls?
Then I guess we'll have a fight on our hands. But it's not like we don't have a retreat. Here. In Keves, after a homecoming, they wash away the belongings of the dead as part of a ritual. It's an understated affair. And the channel they use for it is here. It flows straight out, connecting to the lake outside the castle.
I see. So we open a hatch near the Annihilator, ride the current, and we should come out right at the lake.
More Snuffy and water. Every time we run, why do we always end up getting drenched? I mean, feathers are a bitch to dry.
Every time being our grand total of once.
Well, let's just hope we don't have to fight. That's the ideal case.
That's it then.
Ready whatever supplies you need. Then we can go.
Of all the ways we could meet again, it ends up being this. The irony of it all.
We are bound. That is how I see it.
Bound? That certainly sounds like you. You're talking about...
Fate. I think that is how you would put it.
Fate, you say? Why? Why did you agree? To be reborn?
So you know.
There were rumors that you were imprisoned, that you took the blame for the colony's seizure.
It was only fitting.
Perhaps I should have killed you there and then.
Only through death can our feud be resolved. In a way, I am grateful. Now that I've been blessed with a Ferronis and another chance.
Another chance. A Ferronis? This is for me?
Absolutely. It's been tailor-made to suit your every need. The same goes for his Ferronis. So, you better make the most of it, with what life you have left.
Huh?
You've noticed, good girl. I guess they don't call you Silvercoat Ethel for nothing. What a clever thing you are. Those ones are a bit special. They're tied to both yours and Cammuravi's lives. The more the two of you get heated up, the more your power grows. Oh, doesn't that sound sublime? Even though you're released from the struggle of life, your precious life force will connect straight to origin.
Ouroboros. They showed me their image, but just who are they? They seemed like soldiers from Kevis and Agnes. But are they human?
Their hope.
Hope?
Dreams. Desires. The future. Yes. They are hope personified.
Indeed. They are your hope.
They are everyone's hope. Yes.
I see. And there's only one choice.
Yes. Only one.
There's Kevis Castle. It'll still take a while on foot.
We'll rest here today, then head out at first light.
What a relief. I was worried about the water.
You all right?
Yeah, my hand slipped. Better wash this again. Am I losing feeling?
Tomorrow, we'll finally reach the castle lands. I want us to be at our readiest. We should run one final check of everyone's equipment.
Fine for you, isn't it? All that time you've got. We keep taking this at such a casual pace. Now Sword March seems so distant.
Mia?
What am I even doing? I can't.
You still have 2 months left. If we take care of this now, we can ensure the colony's safety. Just maybe, we can make an ally of people in the castle. It'll make getting to Sword March a bit easier.
Still! It's 2 months. Might as well be nothing.
But... you did agree to doing this.
Well, yeah, but... I know I did, but...
Look, I know... it was a snap decision. I understand why you're upset. Let's just... take it easy tonight. Take a moment to breathe.
Why wouldn't I be upset? Take what easy? We rest today, and tomorrow. Before I know it, it'll be time. And then I'll be...
I mean, I get that, but we...
You don't get it! Not at all!
What the spark?
Noah, do you think you're perfect?
Huh? How could I be perfect? I'm just a regular guy.
Right? Even Mimi has her faults. We're only human. The truth is, she's terrified. She needs someone to tell her that everything will be all right. I mean, you. Never seen her like this. Poor Mimi. She actually tells you stuff.
I have seen her thoughts, you know?
No. I'm not talking about any of that. She just needed to vent.
She did?
I'm actually kind of jealous.
Huh?
You're an off-seer, Noah. I thought you were sharper than this.
What's that supposed to...
You better give her a good apology later, you hear? Got it? Promise me that.
Sure.
Yeah, you can count me out for any of that.
Huh? Well, maybe...
Maybe? What do you mean?
Forget it. In any case, it has no bearing on our objective.
Too right. We'll get all this done. The next stop, the city.
Right. For Mio's sake.
First time we've agreed on something, eh?
It is. Hey. What's that in aid of?
Do the right thing. Come on.
What? Sorry, but I refuse to debase myself like this.
All right. You be that way.
Manana!
Cannot possibly eat portion of Riku.
Meh! No more snooze. Sun already hang high in sky.
Sorry about last night. I was just feeling the pressure.
I should be sorry. I didn't realize. It must be tough for you, I'm sure.
This, belonged to a friend. We served in the same colony. She was my officer partner. Miyabi was her name.
So your officers sometimes work in pairs?
Yeah. You know, I was surprised when you joined in and played alongside me back then. Anyway, one day, there was an experiment. And she told me to keep on living. To live life in her stead. To fight on. But the stupid thing is, I was the one who was older than she was.
Now I see. That was...
Say, wanna exchange flutes?
What? But isn't that...
I guess it's a little too icky.
No. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to say...
I just like it to be used a little longer. To make up for the time Miyabi lost. You'll still be around after me.
Mio. I get it. All right, it's a trade. You should know. Mine's seen better days too.
Don't worry. I don't really mind either.
Thank you for the chat. I'm kind of surprised.
Surprised?
Even after interlinking, there's still things I don't know about you.
Well, of course. How can you when there are things I don't understand myself? You're not going to pick up on everything.
Gotta put it into words first.
Yeah, but it doesn't always work, even then.
Like last night.
Oh, that. That was me being selfish. But now, I feel like we're starting to get on the same wavelength.
Maybe interlinking just helped that along. To bring us a little closer together.
Maybe, yeah. That might just be it. What's that sound?
Ferronis!
I told you life is short, but I didn't mean it like this. Noah, Mio.
That voice? Ethel? Ethel! But then who's the other one?
That one? It's from Agnes, right?
I recognize the crescent moon crest. Cammuravi's piloting that thing.
Cammuravi. That's him. Ethel's sworn rival.
But why? How do they get them to work together?
Flitting like moths to a flame. En's predictions are nothing to be sniffed at. Gotta hand it to him.
Anyone else want to show up?
En?
I'm afraid this is about as far as you go. Terribly sorry, chums.
I know who he is. He's the consul from Colony Zeta. I remember him from a joint operation. Then I guess this one's meant to be from our side then, is she? Never seen her before.
Probably. So the consuls are colluding as well. Something's really starting to smell.
I concur.
I thought that my message to you was crystal clear.
Yes, we heard you.
That's why we're here.
I thought so. I had a hunch that this would be the path the Ouroboros chose to follow.
I don't suppose you'll step aside for us?
Wishful thinking. Give it up.
Well then, we'll do whatever it takes. For the greater good!
Well spoken. Then I say the same to you.
Offseers from Kevis and Agnes. Fate binds us. I bear none of you ill will, but my way demands we fight. Come then, and test your mettle against my land.
You've got to be joking.
Mother, I'm not testing anything against that. What happened to fighting fair?
We won't get anywhere complaining. Ready yourself, Uni.
Ready, he says. From the moment I chose this muddy path, I've been more than ready.
Ha! Oh, I know.
Then what you say it for, arsehole?
Zip it, guys, get ready! They're here!
Whoa! How is it so fast? Can't find any way to get inside!
The joints. Their sheer power really is something to behold. Noah, Neo.
No good, eh?
Good coordination. I'd be done for if it weren't for this Ferronis.
Thanks for the compliment.
Noah.
What is it?
I think this is the decider. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, we've got this!
Come on, what are they playing at? Am I crazy? We gave them Ferronises and everything. They had better not be holding back.
You think they might be underestimating us? Us, of all people.
Listen, Ethel's a lost cause. But Cammuravi, we could use him.
Cammuravi? Oh, I get what you're saying. You know, I forgot we even had that option. Now, see the enemy before you. Use every last ounce of strength and grind them to dust.
What's wrong, Cammuravi?
Look, you can see an enemy right there.
Enemy. That is my enemy. 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 Enemy!
Cammuravi, what's wrong with you? Cammuravi! Oh no. The iris. I knew it. Cammuravi!
I am under no one's yoke!
Cammuravi, you're really your own eye.
I will be as they are. I am free!
Free. You're right. We're free! Free! The two of us!
What is she saying? Ethel, what's...
Attend, Ethel.
Yes! Our dream will not perish!
What the snuff's going on?
Are the consoles doing this?
No! This is what they want! Absolutely right, Mia! Ethel! Ever since I met you all, I have admired you!
Admired us?
Your freedom! I bless the fortune I have had in meeting all of you! You have my gratitude!
Gratitude?
This feeling of elation. Liberating. Is it not?
I feel it too, Cammuravi!
What are they fighting each other for? Oh, I can't believe this. He won't listen to any of my commands.
Ethel! Why in flames do you have to fight each other? We're supposed to be your enemies!
I told you, Noah. Observe. This here is the purpose of my life. Just know, you were the ones who finally opened my eyes.
Stop this! Stop it this instant, Ethel! Cammuravi! In that case...
They're flame clocks!
This is weird. Look at the way the light is moving. Is that their life force we're seeing?
Have you gone completely insane? You were supposed to kill Ouroboros! So stop this senseless fighting and obliterate those brats!
If you don't, I'll take your precious little life and drain it dry.
Did you hear that?
I knew it. So they really can drain their life. Ethel! Cammuravi!
Noah, we have to kill the consuls!
You're right.
It's okay, Noah. It's over for us now.
That's rubbish! Ethel!
This is wrong! All of this is wrong! There's no reason for you to be fighting each other!
You might not understand now. But someday you will. This is what both of us want.
How can any of this be what you want? You're both gonna die!
What we leave you is more important. All our aspirations. You must keep them in your hearts. You must take them. Make it all mean something. You have to live. You must live on. Here I come! Cammuravi!
Let us cross blades. One last time!
Well, didn't they come in handy? What was N thinking, picking those reckless hotheads?
Good grief. Looks like we're just gonna have to wipe out this lot ourselves.
You scumbags!
Fine then. I did expect something like this. Time for plan B. Interlinking. You've been blessed with quite the talent. You feel special?
What now?
I do hate to burst your bubble, but I'm afraid it's not just an Ouroboros thing. Oh?
I'm ready when you are.
Ha! Then, shall we?
Moebius.
Now! Feast your eyes!
Ugh, can't unsee.
Do try to curb your disgust, you dirty pleb. We'll have you know that this is the true form of interlinkage. Yes! The form in which two worlds become one. A far more refined form than this half-assed one you've stumbled upon. Look upon us and tremble before perfection. You'll writhe in agony before we...
Mio?
Stop!
Stop?
Stop toying with everyone's lives! What did they ever do to you? Why? All they wanted was their wish to be realized. You turned everything into a game, cast them away like dolls. These are our lives here. They're not some toys you can just play with. Mimi's right. I've got no idea who you truly are, though I hate to admit it. However, I do know one thing. You guys really make my sparks fly. You there, in the back, feeling lonely because you haven't been punched yet? You better enjoy that while it lasts, because I'm about to rearrange both your mugs.
Usually, I'm not one for outward displays of emotion. But not today!
Noah, you better not stop us!
Oh, believe me, I won't. You make me laugh. Us, half-assed. Our conviction has never been stronger. And now, we will show no mercy. By Ethel and Cammuravi's lives, I swear. I'll make you pay!
You Ouroboros brats! Come on, then! This time, you shall tremble before our perfection! You're Ouroboros. No ways. You are nothing to Moebius!
Oi, oi! Things are looking pretty snuffed up!
No, something's strange.
You'll never get away with this! Never! What's up this light? What's happening? What happened?
The Black Fog! No! The annihilation effect!
What? Are you sure?
No! We have to get away from them! We have to retreat!
We're not gonna make it!
Oh, shit!
Mio! I'm on it!
Huh? Mio, what are you...
This is it!
It's the only way!
Is it over?
Are we all in one piece?
Yeah. I think I've got all my limbs attached.
Queen's fingers, that was close.
Quite a snap decision there, Noah.
That was Mio's doing. I'm very impressed.
It was easy. I do know how you think.
Noah, can I ask a weird question?
Sure.
In that ceremony, you didn't send them off.
No, today's been a bit much. I'm only human.
I know, right? Well then, that's a relief.
It's wrong. That shouldn't be what gives our lives purpose. Wasn't there a different way? A better one?
Those two fought for their ideal. Something more important than their lives.
Honor? Or pride?
Satisfaction, perhaps? No, that's wrong. Something we can't put into words.
Yeah, but what? Can it really be that important?
I can't say.
Do you think they found it? That something?
Be nice if they did.
You think so? It seems so sad. Sleep well?
Yeah. Well, sort of.
Well, your eyes are red.
Hey, shut up. So what if they are? But I know what I have to do. Everything's so clear now.
Same here.
We'd better hurry. After all, the threat's not gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm?
You surprised me.
You did too. I didn't think you were the sort to take such a stand.
Sometimes we're left with no other choice.
Yeah, I think you're right. Absolutely right. What do we do about Ethel?
When things are settled, we'll let Colony 4 know. It's what she'd want. I'm certain of it.
Yeah, you're right. She'd be happy.
I wonder, how do you think Ethel felt? Was that really what she wanted?
This is my personal opinion, but life's defined by moments. Your acts define you. I think she found value in that. To achieve something in the limited time left to her. One defining moment was what she chose.
You think Mimi feels the same way?
I gave you my opinion. I'm sure Mio has her own thoughts on the matter. Although, I know she doesn't have that much time left. And hence, my being here now.
So, you've chosen your path.
Until now, I was afraid to take that first step. But now, I can do it.
Man.
You really think they'll come?
They'll come. You can count on it.
Yeah? And then what? If you want to give them a hug, you can count me out of it.
I want to show something to Her Majesty.
Yeah? And what's that then? I mean, she's not even...
She needs to be there to see how hope dies.
What's this about now?
She can see it. Her Majesty occupies the same niche of existence as we do. Just past that gate, we'll find the Colony 11 garrison. Beyond that is a residential zone. From there, there's a road to the castle's main gate.
Gate penetration would not be easy. Expect huge battle.
Yeah, so we'll take a detour through the hovering reefs to the right and swing around behind the castle. That's where we'll find the ether mine and freight entrance I mentioned.
Understood. We shouldn't be hanging around here for long. Let's make for those reefs, as you called them.
Good. This way. Follow me.
There it is. Black fog, too. Few enough numbers to sneak around.
Is Colony 4 gonna be safe, do you think?
They should be okay. We haven't seen the light for a while. I think that's a good sign.
Let's move. The fact that we killed consuls must be old news at this point. Could have made examples of a few people by now.
They ain't expecting us to sneak aboard, though. We've got them with their pants down. Let's get in there, mess them up, get out. Bish bash bosh.
Actually, they may have already anticipated our moves.
Nah, mate. Come off it.
Think about it. How would they have known where we'd be? Can't be a coincidence. I mean, sure, it could have been intuition on Ethel's part, but we have to be realistic.
So it's a trap. You want to turn back?
No. We'll go. We can't turn back now. We can't allow their deaths to have been in vain.
So you would entertain the risk?
It does sound bad.
You know, I think I kind of like it.
Looks like you were right, Noah. There's a whole bunch of containers here.
A welcome gift for easy sneakings.
Let's go over this again. First, we get to those containers without being spotted. With me so far?
Anyone spots us, we're like ninjas. We take them out quickly and silently.
Once we're inside, we pick the right opportunity to proceed through the hangar. Our goal is here.
The maintenance hatch that leads outside.
From there, we head to outer deck.
Right. Enemy presence should be lower around there. Then we move to the main housing.
Assuming we get there, how do we trash it?
I can brief you on the next steps. After analyzing the data we got from Boliaris, I discovered a flaw in the Annihilator's construction.
A weak point?
Indeed. Here. The weapon is designed to temporarily render the black fog inactive, condense and collect it, then release it in one blast. Our best bet is to destroy the neutralizer assembly from which it draws its power. But it's located in the castle interior. Getting there will be no joke. Once there, we'll need to damage the autobalancer in the barrel's housing. Most likely, it was built in a hurry. The movable barrel is affixed to this outer ring that you see here. But the ring isn't strong enough to take the barrel's weight or absorb the recoil. That's why the autobalancer was added after construction, as an afterthought.
So what? We've just got to smash that thing to pieces?
Smash it, and the entire ring begins to fall apart, and the barrel collapses under its own weight.
How strong is the autobalancer? Not too sturdy?
Nothing Ouroboros can't handle.
So, what's this thing?
That is a refrigeration unit. The barrel needs vast amounts of energy. It would have to be kept cool at all times to keep the energy in check.
I'm surprised it's so huge.
Seems that was built quickly too. It's got both bulk and heft to it. They probably couldn't have made it any smaller.
A rush job, huh?
Okay then. We all good to go?
Yeah. No more taking it easy. Let's make this happen.
So, where's the maintenance hatch?
It's in the reserve area on the upper level. First, we'll need to take the elevator that can get us up to that floor.
I don't see any guards.
Too foggy for taste of banana.
If we're gonna move, now's the time.
That said, we are indoors. Move fast, but keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, of course.
Riku, see! There is Annihilator.
Bigger than homecoming pudding!
That's huge. Think of the firepower. 2 or 3 colonies could, be wiped off the map with one shot of that.
We have to hurry. If it starts moving now...
If the map is correct, the auto-balancer should be in that housing.
That's what we're after, right?
Yeah. It looks even bigger, seeing it up close.
Noah, that's the auto-balancer.
Right. Just like on the map.
Well then, let's get to it. Senna?
My pleasure.
Sorry, pals. Afraid I can't let you do that.
You?
Sup? Been a while, eh?
Moebius! How'd you figure it out?
You lot aren't too bright, are you? Sure, we can't pinpoint your exact position inside all the black fog, but we can get a general idea where you're hanging out. Once we picked up your reading near the castle, we knew. I mean, what, you were just passing through, were you? You'd have to be an idiot to think that.
Uni, what is it?
It's... nothing. This guy just does my head in, is all.
He very condescending.
I couldn't agree more. Let's shut him up then. Yorin!
You're here too.
So that's what you look like.
What do you think? Quite the looker, eh?
I knew it was a trap.
I'm not entirely sure I would say trap, exactly. You'd have to ask N for the details.
N?
So you took down P&O, did you? Not bad at all.
Good riddance, I say. Idiots. I mean, going past the time limit while interlinking. Who does that? Dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So that really was it? The time limit?
Well, since you lot have already tangled with them, we can make this quick.
I'm just glad I won't have to explain this.
Yes. Why even explain?
How to...
So? Loads better than P&O, right?
Can beat them this time?
Won't know until we try.
Well, what are we gonna try? Bjorn's in there, you know?
Yeah, I noticed.
Noah?
No time to think. For Ethel's sake, we have to destroy the Annihilator!
Annihilator started moving!
This is bad, Noah.
I see it!
No, you don't! What you slacking around for? If you don't hurry, the colony's gonna be a pile of ash!
Julie! What are you doing?
Behind you, Judy!
Huh?
What's the matter, Uni? You're too slow.
Girlie, I think we've met before.
What?
Those eyes. You're afraid, aren't you? Why so scared?
I'll kill you whenever you cross my path.
Let me lead. I'll handle this. Go, Mondo!
You're not hitting me!
Ha! Sure of that?
What?
Fine! Scatter!
We won?
No.
Sorry, I don't think so. You'll have to do something about me first. You'll never win this otherwise.
Well then, we'll just have to take out this!
Mimi, you gotta keep them busy! I'll do that!
What? You thought this was just a fashion choice? These can sense the slightest shifts in the air. Kind of a sensor, really. Even without looking at you, I can tell exactly what you're doing, so you brats better learn fast!
The Annihilator! Judy, what are you? Move! If you won't move, let me.
Tyon.
Or maybe you've realized that the end is nigh. I thought I told you. I can read your every movement in the air.
All you're sensing is the area around you.
What's your point?
Well, if I'm mixing distance, looks like you can sense sparkle!
An illusion! Just so. Scatter! Son of a... You did that at the start!
Thought you had my number? You were so into my fear that you didn't notice what changed. And sure, I was scared. But even then, you'll find I'm no quitter. You ain't escaping!
Judy!
Jerry! Split up now!
Got it!
Are they dead?
No. I shot one of my Mondo into their body. I sense it's still there. I'd say it's likely they got away.
That right.
Uni? Have you ever met him before? As in before we became Ouroboros, I mean.
No idea. But I think that something inside me remembers. That guy. And his claws.
Maybe that has to do with Moebius too. Why they exist here in our world.
Well then, I've got to know, don't I? And then I'll break free. And it won't have to feel like I'm suffocating.
Uni.
We can think more later. Right now we should make ourselves scarce.
You're right. We might have destroyed the Annihilator, but we haven't liberated the castle.
Great. We can't go on with this thing in the way.
Maybe this channel not connect to outside castle?
Weird. This wasn't on the map.
So where are we at, right now?
Somewhere here in the mid-level? It's okay. If we go a bit further, we can get back in the channel.
Might as well then. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah.
Are you sure we're on the right path? Doesn't this feel off?
We followed the right route. According to Boliaris' data, we should be...
Everything here looks so sumptuous and lavish!
Wait. It's the right path, but... we shouldn't be here.
What do you mean? Why shouldn't we?
I should have known.
This place. I saw an image of it in training.
Oh, shit, we gotta go.
Noah, is this where I think it is?
Yeah. The throne room.
This not just bad place. This worstest place. Heart of enemy base.
We haven't been noticed yet. Let's get out of here, now.
Good idea.
What are you doing? We have to go. Noah, what are you playing at? Come on! Is this?
Yeah. I barely remember it. But yeah. This is the place where we were born.
Spark. This is creepy. Were we ever like that?
My skin's crawling. Please, can we leave?
All those people. Do you think they're sleeping? Or maybe they're...
Wait, is that... It is her.
What?
Ethel!
Huh?
That's crazy. How can it be Ethel?
Well, it sure looks like her. But this is definitely a first-termer.
No, it really is Ethel. From when we first met her.
Yeah, no mistake.
What do you mean when you first met?
What in the spark is this?
This is what they taught us, right? That our lives are born from the Queen.
You are as well.
Huh? Same for you guys.
We soldiers are born from the Queen. We fight. And then...
To the Queen you return.
The Queen.
Melia.
That's the... Queen of Kevers. Melia.
You have returned, my beloved soldiers.
Her consul. Ouroboros rabble. You dare to intrude on the presence of Her Majesty, Melia Antiqua.
There's a golden consul?
What is this guy?
He's not like the other consuls we've met. Mio, be careful.
Mio,
Sorry.
what's wrong?
Nothing. Don't worry. I'm okay.
Huh?
I know him. But from where?
What is this sensation?
I have endeavored, for countless years, to protect and shelter Kevis under my aegis. And now you seek to bring ruin to this world. This grieves me.
Come off it! How are we bringing ruin to anything?
You seek to deny it. Think. Upon your actions, have you, or have you not, destroyed colony flame clocks?
We didn't have any choice.
No choice. Indeed. I assume, then, you had no choice but to collude with our sworn enemy.
That's why you've been trying to wipe us out! Both us and Ethel's Colony 4!
Verily it is said, Ouroboros abhor this world. You must be erased, lest this world be destroyed.
We don't abhor anything. Do you realize how many battles we've fought and won for Keves? We've served you our whole lives, and now this bollocks!
Your Majesty! Please!
You say you fight for Kevis. That you've served us. Are you certain? Rather, it seems, you have been fighting for yourselves and none other. You cling to life in your desperation. That is why you have fought. Unchecked, Ouroboros will lead this world to ruin. Now, by my authority, you shall perish.
So, that's it. That's your verdict, then? It is not Her Majesty's verdict. 'Tis the will of the world. It's what?
Indeed. The security of this world is paramount. Therefore, Ouroboros, the end is nigh, for you shall die by my hand.
What the snuff is that? Stupid ball of light thing!
It's stopping our attacks in their tracks!
Senna!
Mio!
Sorry. Lost my focus. How's Senna?
All right, then.
Noah, you crazy! That's the Queen!
I know, but we have to.
Even so!
Noah!
What? What's she? Her Majesty is a machine.
Spark off!
You serious?
Was that your doing, Queen? You haven't given up your false hope. Very well. By all means, look on. Witness how hollow your hope rings as I slice it all to ribbons.
What? Again? Blast it! Why does he make my head hurt?
Noah! What's wrong? We're not done yet! Take up your blade!
What's going on?
Are you okay?
It is fate.
Fate?
Many have tried, but none have ever managed to escape its flow.
Wait, that sword. How does he...
What now?
No time console! The lost numbers are attacking!
The lost numbers?
Wait, those Levnesses.
Yeah, we've seen one before. Gotta be!
Noah, let's book it.
Yes, they won't be attacking the colony now. There's no point in our being here anymore.
You're right. Still...
Noah!
All right. The passage of fate. How easily it slips from my grasp. Yet, perhaps, it will come within reach once more.
And if it does, what will you do then?
Need you ask? I will give us equilibrium. A time unchanging. Our eternity.